What's going on, fine people of the internet? It's James Alfano with the Brook Group at eXp Realty, and I hope you're doing very, very well today. My week is starting off good, and I hope yours is as well. It's Monday morning here for me. It's going to be a very, very hot day, so I don't mind staying inside a little bit and making a video. So this is a great book called How Your House Works. It's by Charles Wing. And we at the Brook Group have been discussing that book and are going to start making some videos. So I'm going to make a video just touching a few key points about the chapter on electrical work. And I'm going to share my screen right now and show you a couple of slides. So let's rock and roll and do that. So this is some points about the electrical systems in your home. Presented by James Alfano with the Brook Group at eXp Realty, but you knew that already. Anyway, homeowners who have little understanding of electricity and how electric works in the home, or have a justifiable fear of touching the electric or doing any work on it. And the biggest point here in this slide is to follow a basic safety rule if you're going to do any electrical work. It happens to be one of the things in the houses that I've owned, felt more comfortable doing. Just make sure the electric is off. All right. So, personally, I would do, if I'm going to work on a light fixture or a light switch, I go to the breaker panel and shut it off, and you just check, light doesn't work, it's off. You can work on it safely and then turn it on, have someone look, make sure it's okay. And this is saying, you could shut it off at the breaker, shut the main off to the house. And they also say, to be doubly sure, use a circuit tester. And, after reading that, next time I'm going to do an electrical job, I'm going to go get that circuit tester and make that happen as well, because why not? Hey, so I'm going to talk to you about the electrical meters in your home. They could be the old mechanical one, or they could be the new electronic one. So here's an image of the mechanical one, and just a bit about the generalism of measuring the usage of power. Power is measured in watts. The total amount of energy consumed is the rate at which it is being used. Watts times the length of time it has been used in hours. And because a watt is so small, the power companies do it in thousands of watts, so kilowatts, 1,000 watts, okay? And the meter outside your home is a tiny motor whose RPM is proportional to the power running through it. Thus, the number of revolutions of its disk indicates the number of kilowatts an hour consumed, okay? Meters read from right to left, always using the lower number where the point falls between the two. For example, the code on this one is 01074, and not all of these turn clockwise, mind you. Some of them are counterclockwise, but it doesn't matter. Just look at the lower number, all right? And before calling to complain about the electric bill, one of the things that this book suggests is to, shut off all the breakers except one, plug a 5,000 watt heater into it, something that is rated for 5,000 watts, put it on max so it's using all 5,000 watts, and run it for an hour and see if it's moving more than 5, call the utility company. There you go. Now, a lot of homes are being retrofitted with the smart meters, and there are many advantages to it. There are some people that have a concern about the radio waves and radiation that emit from these devices. I'm not going to discount that concern. All I'm going to say on the subject is, if you're concerned about those radio waves, oh my God, there are so many radio waves in the world right now, and there is a concern. 4G, 5G, Wi-Fi, I mean, it's the Bluetooth, it's just all over us, all around us right now. Smart homes and everything. So let's just take the approach where we're not going to focus on any potential negatives, and we're just going to focus on the technology, and the technology for this is great, okay? It's going to have the lower cost of people reading this remotely. It's going to have the ability to report back to the power company on a continual basis, a certain amount of times per hour. So if there are power outages, or if you have a problem in your home, the power company may know it before you do and be able to react. And it's going to monitor time of day usage. It's a good tool, okay? And here we talk about the smart home. The smart home is a perfect example of the Internet of Things, IoT. And even after being in IT tech support for 27 years, IoT was an acronym that I didn't latch onto until the last couple of years of my work in the IT industry. There were so many acronyms. Oh, my God. Anyway, it goes on. Initially, it was only technophiles, but, everyone's going to be on board with this. And there are companies that are being introduced into the market, small businesses that support these smart home systems. I know people that own one in Milford, Connecticut, and they do great work. You know, it could do everything. It could turn on your security cameras and monitor security cameras, alert you of issues that are detected via the security cameras, unlock doors, lock doors, thermostat settings. I mean, just basically everything electrical that could be equipped with a computer chip can be retrofitted to work in a smart home environment. And many, many, many things already exist that comply with the smart home mentality and systems that are in place. And there's many vendors and manufacturers in the industry, and what you want to be careful with is to make sure their controller and their system support the two main phones that are available, and they have apps that support it, you know, iPhone and Android. Of course, Android being better. How can I not dig into this like for Apple products? Anyway, just outstanding stuff. So we're going to look at the illustration on the left, and it's going to point out some of the smart devices in the home. Okay, you know, so an internet signal that's 0.1 must be available. Yes, the things can be hardwired or wireless. Number two is talking about the router, which basically is the interface between your ISP, your internet service provider, and the devices in your home. Most important part of a router and the function that a router will provide is it makes the devices on the inside network of the router, your home or business for that matter, non-accessible to devices on the outside, the grand internet. Okay, it's kind of a buffer. Maybe buffer is not the right word. It's a shield, right? It doesn't allow communication from the internet directly to your devices on the inside. You can communicate out, but in is where it's prohibited. Okay. The controller has to have an internet connection. That's the heart of the smart home system. It controls everything in the smart home. It has a liquid water sensor, which will send an alarm when the two contacts are submerged. Water shutoff can be automated. Number 5. That's amazing. So if it's submerged and there's a water problem, it's going to send an alert and shut the water automatically. Wow. A motion detector for the alarm systems and just seeing if there's activity in the house when there shouldn't be. Outstanding. Dimmer switches, LED lights that change their brightness and the color they could be for mood, smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors, door locks. You know, if you have someone coming over, you need to let the contractor in the house, your work out of the home, and you say, all right, call me when you get there. They call, okay, door's open, go in. Call me when you leave. They call, and you lock the door behind them. Just outstanding. And thermostats, just so many things. And the more time goes on, the more aspects of your home, its maintenance, its monitoring, and its systems and basic everyday functionality will be able to be controlled by a computer and ultimately by humans controlling the computer programming and interface with that computer program. So just outstanding stuff. Really, really great. And I love tech. I'm a techie, and this aspect of electronics in the home is fantastic. So if you have any questions at all, give me a call, and I'm here for you. Whatever I don't know, I will gladly find out, and I'll make a deal. Anyone that sees this video, the buying, selling, or renting, upon succeeding, closing on the home, on the new house, in any manner, I will gladly buy you a copy of How Your House Works and provide it to you free of charge. It could be Kindle edition or the physical edition, whatever you want. All right. James Alfano, the Brook Group eXp Realty. I hope you have a nice day. Thank you so much for your time, and be good.